Please welcome to the stage Alliance for Gun Responsibility Fellow, Isaiah Leonard.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello and welcome to the Alliance for Gun Responsibility's annual luncheon. First of all, let's give a big round of applause again for Tobe Daiko. Thank you. My name is Isaiah Leonard, and it's an honor to open this program today. I'm fortunate to be one of more than 20 staff, fellows, and interns at the Alliance for Gun Responsibility. Gun violence kills one person in Washington State every 14 hours. We come together today committed to fighting forward, to keeping our families and our communities safe. A little bit about me: I was raised in the south end of Tacoma, where I attended middle and high school. As a teen, I started to realize that there were structural reasons why it seemed like so many of my peers and I were from difficult family and financial situations. I felt a great disparity between the limited resources we had access to and the more extensive resources other schools in Washington had. This drove me to push myself past what I lacked in academic support. After hours and hours of application essays, I received a full scholarship and attended Pacific Lutheran University, becoming the first person, thank you. Yeah. Becoming the first person in my family to go to college. My studies in college gave me language, data, and context to my own experience. As a young person in Tacoma, learning about the root causes of inequity fueled my desire to make transformational change within my community. During college, I interned for the Institute of Black Justice, a program based in Tacoma focused on supporting Black and brown families in Tacoma. During a trip in which many of us went to the Capitol to learn more about civic advocacy, I met Ryan from the Alliance. I recognized him as someone who embodied what I hope to do in my career: engaging communities across generations and cultures, shaping tailored solutions to prevent harm and cultivate safety. Today, I serve as the Alliance's Community Engagement Fellow. My role includes phone banking, event tabling, but most importantly, coordinating the voices of residents across Washington State to be heard by elected officials, some of which are in this room today. I myself have testified for common sense firearm gun laws in front of state legislators as well. The most rewarding part of my role is building authentic relationships within communities that are often written off. Sometimes this looks like going back home to the east side of Tacoma, speaking to other Black and brown kids like myself, talking about how they feel the impact of gun violence at the age of as young as 7 years old. And other times that looks like traveling across the rural areas like Okanogan County, where we got to give out free lock boxes, providing relevant education about gun violence. Our engagements intentionally build trust within local community leaders, bridging their insights with the Alliance's research and resources to collaborate on solutions. In those moments, you can really feel culture shift. At the Alliance, we work to change policies and systems to help people, and we help people change those same systems themselves. The Alliance is an organization whose skill and expertise is matched by an undeniable empathy and care. We care. We don't believe in lost causes. We know every person is worth protecting from the tragedy of gun violence. And none of this work can happen without showing up, providing meaningful support, and trusting each community knows what's best to protect themselves from harm. I feel grateful to work at an organization where I feel like my best work is when I show up as my most authentic self. Our program today will run until 1:15 p.m. You'll hear from some of the Alliance's community partners, our CEO, Renee Hopkins, and our keynote speaker and National Gun Violence Prevention leader, Gregory Jackson. But first, here's a video to share more about the Alliance's commitment to building safer communities across Washington State and beyond. Thank you very much. Gun violence is 100% an intersectional issue. When you think about the power of a firearm, guns can be amplifiers. It's not necessarily that it's bad or good, but whatever is there, whatever's symptomatic is going to get exacerbated in a multitude of ways.
Here at First AME, we are the oldest Black church in the state. One of the first funerals I had was a teen death by firearm. It was just two teenage girls sitting on the hood of a car on a nice summer evening about 7 o'clock, and there was an active shooter that drove down the street, and they were caught in the crossfire. It was just a situation where there were no resources. We held the funeral here, and the church was packed with young people. That was the first, but it wasn't the last.
I think what the Alliance does extraordinarily well is bring different segments of the community together in pursuit of a common goal, which is to reduce and eventually eliminate gun violence.
We have lost a generation of young people to gun violence. Young people are looking for belonging. Young people are looking for a safe space to hang out. Young people are looking for their community. Choose 180 serves Black and brown youth that get referred to us by the prosecutor's office. By completing our diversion program, they do not get a criminal record, and that will dramatically shift the choices that they're able to make. One of the participants, she shared an excited post on Facebook about being accepted into the program. She was brilliant. So much spark and so much knowledge and wisdom. Not even 2 months into our program, we lost her to gun violence. And that affected our cohort, that affected her community.
You know, whenever we see tragedy, that may be a moment, but it's going to continue. It will continue to reverberate. We cannot allow for death by firearm to be normalized.
Part of the symptom of gun violence is you feeling like it's very, very normal. I think a lot of the time, if you're not the person behind the gun or in front of the gun, I don't think a lot of people would consider themselves impacted. For me, that's what it was. I've been around it, I've seen it happen, I've seen people shoot at each other. But before that, I didn't consider me to be affected, and really being desensitized to the impact of it. Our work at the Alliance is really intentional to see those intersections and to go to the people.
What brings us to this work is a realization you have to be not only in the community, but you have to be for the community and of the community. We have to realize the importance of grieving, why you've got to let these emotions out so that you can move on in your life so that it doesn't happen again for someone else. We are the community. The people are the ones that live here. And if we don't say anything, nothing will be done. And this is why we need the Alliance for Gun Responsibility to stay in the forefront, to do the work, to build the coalition, because that work is vital for our very survival.
The Alliance for Gun Responsibility strength is in its coalition building, and it's unmatched. As the chair of the Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee, we get the gun bills. Coordinating the people's voice is absolutely critical. When I got elected in 2020, I was overwhelmed by all of the policies that are being presented to us. And I loved how the Alliance organized the information, made it concise. They provide training and support, and it helped kind of pull everything together for me. Having the specific knowledge how I can do my advocacy, knowing what worked well in other communities. It was really important to keep that focus for me.
I think one of the greatest tools we have for combating gun violence in our society is knowledge, and the Alliance for Gun Responsibility is out there providing critical knowledge. There are logistics to implementation that aren't obvious when you just read the text of the bill. I think the Alliance is unique in that they are familiar with and understand some of the challenges that come with implementing the protection order laws, and so it's helpful to have them as a partner to work through some of those stickier issues and try to actually get the purpose of the laws into effect. Tackling a problem like gun violence requires a multitude of different approaches. It requires being able to pivot quickly, and sometimes that requires partnerships outside of law enforcement. Occasionally it is led by law enforcement, but occasionally law enforcement has to follow and just be a good partner as others are to us.
I think what makes the Alliance for Gun Responsibility really special is genuinely the people that are in the positions, collectively putting people together. Those people actually care. Being at the Alliance has provided me the opportunity to put my fire into actual practical steps that change on a state level and really build that bridge of empathy between my community and the legislator so that the bills that are getting put forth are reflective of the needs of the community.
I absolutely believe that ERPOs are saving lives. People can solve big problems, even if it's just one community at a time, or even one officer at a time, or even one family at a time. And so that gives me hope to see laws that are well-intentioned have the effect that they were intended to have.
What gives me hope is collective liberation. In order to sustain change, we need to go with systems and transform it with policy. And the Alliance does that.
I've seen the Alliance continue support and efforts to invest in young people, especially thinking about destabilized communities. My work with the Alliance for Gun Responsibility is exactly how I find hope and find the will to keep fighting forward.
I'm just in awe of the coalition building that continues to expand. When I see the Alliance bringing people together in ways that I've never experienced before, communities that seem like they are disjointed, coming together on a single topic, that's the hope that we all need.
Please welcome to the stage Alliance for Gun Responsibility's CEO, Renee Hopkins.
Thank you. And thank you all so much for being here today. As you all know, I'm Renee, and I'm the CEO of the Alliance, and I'm honored to spend another afternoon with all of you today. We're so grateful to be here with you all, celebrating what we have accomplished together. I'm deeply honored to lead the Alliance for over the past decade. And one of the things that drives me is understanding that we do not have to accept the gun tragedies caused by gun violence. Like you, I am driven by the understanding that gun violence is preventable. And those of us in this room, in this very moment, know that the epidemic that exists today does not need to exist, and it is not inevitable. Since our inception in 2013, the Alliance for Gun Responsibility has played a key role in the passage of more than 60 gun safety laws in Washington state. Thank you. And whether through our legislature or voter initiative, the 60 laws that the Alliance has championed has helped shape a landscape where it is possible to decrease gun deaths, where it's possible to decrease firearms among young children, where it's possible to reduce the number of police-involved shootings, and where it's possible to decrease the number of mass shootings that we experience. And in 2025, our growth and progress has resulted in a victory in a decade-long making, as our permit to purchase law is headed to the governor's desk. This monumental accomplishment is a result of a decade of advocacy, organizing, and determination. Your voice, your letters, your calls, all of it mattered. Permit to purchase laws have already been saving lives in other parts of the country, and we are so excited to have Washington on track to implement another proven policy. That win has been a long time in the making, and I'm thankful that for more than 10 years of work by many of the people in this room, all of whom showed real leadership and fight for one of the most significant advancements in firearm policy in Washington state. And to be able to secure these wins while we continue our work prioritizing diversity, equity, inclusion, and access in all parts of our work. Okay, and now for the thank yous. Bear with me, it's gonna take a few minutes. Our success is a result of the tireless efforts of every individual in this room. And for a movement as large and diverse as ours, there are so many people who deserve thanks. I'm gonna ask each group to stand when I call you as a group and to remain standing. To our elected officials, each and every one of you has been essential and vital, and without your growing partnership and dedication to our movement, our success would not be what it is today. Please stand. Okay, stay standing. To our partners in the criminal legal system who have worked with us to implement the laws that we passed. This includes law enforcement, prosecutors, defense attorneys, etc. Please stand. To our partner organizations, all of you ensure that this work stretches to every corner of Washington State and beyond. And in particular, those who've been with us from the beginning. Moms Demand Action. Grandmothers Against Gun Violence. And the newly formed Grandmothers for Gun Responsibility, taking the grandmother's fight to the national level. Also, Brady, Ceasefire, the Faith Community, the Peacemaking Institute, Choose 180, just to name a few. I'm almost done, keep standing. To everyone who's testified in Olympia, sent an email to a legislator, phone banked, and have been courageous enough to share your personal stories so others can hear about the damage that is truly caused by gun violence. Please stand. That means a bunch of you should be standing. To our wonderful board and staff members at the Alliance, thank you for approaching this exhausting and heartbreaking work with the respect, professionalism, and urgency that the moment requires. And to our donors, who we could not be here doing this work without you. So please stand, everyone who has given to our organization over the last 13 years. And if you're not standing, then look at all of the opportunities you have to work on before we're together again next year. I'd also like to take a moment just to recognize the thousands of people who are not in this room today, but also deserve recognition for the history that we've been able to make together. The Alliance's strength was not only felt in Olympia and across Washington, but also across the country. Our advocacy efforts have been in action, with the Alliance recruiting hundreds of volunteers and testifiers and digital advocates who overwhelmed our legislature with tens of thousands of calls and emails to make sure that they are doing their promise to the people and passing gun violence prevention laws. You don't pass 60 laws without advocacy and grassroots efforts that grow stronger, deeper, and more coordinated each year. The Alliance's advocacy and grassroots efforts are externally grateful to the passionate individuals who show up, speak out, and demand change. They have truly helped us to build to this successful moment. And as impressive of the highlights of 2024 have been, we also have state partners in the room with us today, including our partners working on the ground in Oregon, Michigan, and Maine. Can I please have all of you stand right now? And now we're going to take a few minutes to listen to a feature that features Jess Marks, who is the ED of the Alliance for Gun Safety in Oregon in 2024. Please join me in watching.
The Alliance for a Safe Oregon has gone from being volunteer-led to we now have on-the-ground staff members. We're on a mission to end gun tragedies while respecting that 50% of Oregonians own firearms. Most of our staff, most of our board have been personally affected by gun tragedies, and it's hard and it's sad. Being able to recharge and rebuild by connecting with other folks who are doing this work and who can understand and see the weight you have to carry is really important. With the federal office closed and where we are at this time in our country, states are the primary place to save lives. The really powerful thing about the Alliance for Gun Responsibility is that they are working with states across the country, Maine, Michigan, here in Oregon, and actually helping those states develop our own capacity so that we can lead in our own states. We, for the first time ever, ran an endorsement process this past year. The key part of that process that was so helpful that we learned from the Alliance is understanding it's about educating elected officials more than anything else. We were able to sit down with the majority of Democrats and educate them about the effectiveness of gun tragedy prevention policies. Due to the success of that endorsement process and the guidance from the Alliance for Gun Responsibility, we this session are running 7 bills, something that would have been unheard of. What the Alliance for Gun Responsibility does so well, and that really sets the bar, is understanding that each state has its own unique cultural dynamic. Our approaches have to be different. And they understand that and help our team gain communication skills, to help our team gain programmatic skills, policy skills, to then be effective in our state. When one person's life is taken, whether it's from a homicide or a suicide or even an unintentional injury, it ripples across our communities and it affects people for generations. Every dollar invested in this work makes our communities stronger and it moves us forward to the future we want to be a part of.
Another round of applause for our state partners. So the evolution of our state partners' organizations growing into powerful and influential gun violence prevention allies serves as a cornerstone to our strategy as we approach the national mood and the current administration. We have to continue fighting forward. We are honored to align ourselves. Many of you who are in the room who are fighting forward despite this administration's draconian budget cuts, outright attack on perceived enemies like Act Blue, elimination of the Office of Gun Violence Prevention, which I'm sure our keynote speaker will have a little more to say about, deleting federal data on gun violence, and ending the ATF zero tolerance rule, which could result in more firearms falling into dangerous hands. And this has all happened in just about 100 days. But despite the challenges, the Alliance is committed to continue fighting forward. And I see a room full of people here today who are also geared up for the fight. Attorney General Nick Brown. Our legislative leaders, the GVP and CBI communities, legislative gun violence prevention champions, law enforcement and the broader legal community, faith, science, and academic communities, and advocates who every day use their voice to advance gun safety laws. We are all willing, we are all able, and we will fight this administration. State by state, state by state, we will continue to demonstrate that we can continue progress and, most importantly, save lives. You are all responsible for our success. You are the movement that we have built together. You are building a safer future for our state and are examples for the entire country to follow. You are the Alliance. And together, we will fight forward for a safer future for Washington and all of our country. Fight for a future where guns aren't the leading cause of death for our children and teens. And each and every one of you have helped light the way towards a brighter and safer future for all of us yearning to be free of preventable gun violence. And so it's with great humility, I just want to say thank you.
20 years ago, most courts, most judges would have told you that there is no individual right to buy, sell, or use firearms. The Second Amendment was interpreted as a collective right of self-defense, not as an individual right. It's been a very dynamic area of law, mostly for the worse. It isn't just by happenstance that the gun lobby was extremely well organized and extremely well funded in cooperation with the conservative legal movement. We haven't been in this fight as long as the gun lobby, but we have our own movement. Because of its reach, because of its great staff, the Alliance has this unique capacity to bring together partners in other states.
Under the first Trump administration, we actually saw the biggest increase in homicides in our country's history. When the Biden administration created the national and first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, we actually saw the biggest drop in homicides in our nation's history. And unfortunately, Trump actually has shuttered that office, which is devastating because this isn't about politics, it's not about Second Amendment rights, it's about lives saved. The Alliance for Gun Responsibility's work to build state-based infrastructure is critical to actually create the change we want to see all across the country.
It's taken time for those forces to coalesce and become a counteractive force in our politics, but it's happening now. And it's largely due to the Alliance's amazing work and the work of our great state legislators, because without them, we're just gonna move backwards, and that's gonna cost lives.
It's a difficult time in the legislature with so much going on the federal level, erosion of whole department, and lack of access to programs and services. These violence prevention programs rarely get the kind of attention that shows how effective they are. These are programs that are getting kids into jobs. Some communities, we get left out of the budget making decisions all the time. We want to protect what we have that's working in Washington. A well-resourced community is a more vibrant community. We have to fight forward together. The Alliance for Gun Responsibility is building the coalitions, then bringing those coalitions to Olympia, defending the work that we pass. And that just solidifies how committed they are.
The narratives that are told about young people who die of gun violence, those deaths often become a statistic, a percentage. It's this like ocean of emotions because you feel this rage. You have to use that anger to help support transformative change.
So we've got to do something, we've got to say something. We can stimulate change. And so that's why I appreciate the work that the Alliance for Gun Responsibility is involved in and engaged in.
The legislative and legal victories won by the Alliance and the state of Washington are really too many to count. Huge victories that didn't exist in the state a decade ago. Because of the certainty that lawsuits are going to be filed challenging any kind of common sense gun safety reform, every time the Alliance goes to be part of the legislative process advocating for bills, it can't be done without resources. We need to step up.
We have to join together, unite, to really bring this to the forefront and get some real changes in our policy, in our initiatives, and in law. Changing the law.
The opposition is extremely well organized. They are extremely well funded because their gun sales are on the line.
This is why we need the Alliance for Gun Responsibility. They keep the message in the forefront. They're not only speaking from the community, but they're speaking for the community.
When I first got into this area, I really thought that the other side was primarily motivated by ideology or culture or politics, and they are to some extent. There's something larger and even more insidious at work, and that's greed. That there is so much money that the gun lobby is making from selling their products, and that money goes to funding the opposition to these bills. It goes to funding lawsuits challenging laws that are adopted. It's a hugely powerful force. Will we ever be able to match that in terms of resources, in terms of funding? I hope so. But it's going to be tough because they have the profit motive built into their operation.
I really don't want to think about what we wouldn't be without the Alliance, but I'm so thankful. The way that they connect us to the heart of the matter and how community responds to it, that is the power behind the energy, the advocacy, and the ability to stay at the table.
We've got to get these things passed. We've got to get these initiatives through. We've got to get these bills signed so that it becomes law. My dream would be to see an end of gun violence, an end of discarding the poor, the disenfranchised, and the marginalized, and the locked up, the least, and the left outs. But it starts with us.
Please welcome to the stage Alliance for Gun Responsibility Chief of Staff, Ryan Disc-Guzman.
Hello. Community violence intervention organizations are not only essential to preventing gun violence, they shepherd the work of healing communities. Through innovative approaches, they engage youth and families through connection, mentorship, and economic opportunity. They lead with heart and compassion, believing that love can and will overcome violence. When I think of these values, I'm reminded of our next speakers, Sarome and Tari. Through our partnership with their organization, they've been able to build out a healing community in Pierce County and engage youth in life-saving programming. Please join me in welcoming Sarome and Tari of the Peacemaking Institute.
Just the microphone here. Thank you, Ryan, for your generous introduction. It's truly an honor for me to stand here on stage with Sarome today, since this is actually our first time sharing the stage together. So yeah, it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm grateful for this opportunity, and thank you all for being here this afternoon. It's a pleasure to share this very special moment with you all today, as well as a few words. When we think about violence, we often see it as something to fear, something to lock away, punish, and forget. But violence has been part of the human story since the beginning. And no matter how many laws we pass or prisons we build, it just keeps coming back. Perhaps it's trying to tell us something important. Maybe the solution isn't just about punishment alone. Maybe it's about including restoration. Because when we meet violence only with more harm, we miss the deeper opportunity to connect, to listen, to repair, and to heal. That's why Sarome and I started the Peacemaking Institute, to transform crime and conflict into a pathway to restore human dignity, where accountability lives alongside healing, and where communities, not just courts, are part of the solution. Because we know personally that unhealed trauma fuels cycles of harm. We've lived through war, through violence, through systems that punish pain instead of addressing it. And what we've learned is this: hurt people hurt people, but healed and healing people heal people. And what we've, sorry about that, guys. We partner with those most impacted, young people, families, and justice system leaders to create space for truth-telling, reconciliation, and real transformation. For decades, the dominant narrative in criminal justice reform has been anchored in the idea that our justice system is broken. From our perspective, the justice system is not broken. It is a system that has mastered the art of turning social failures into legal problems. It knows how to punish, but it does not know how to heal. This is where Sarome, our team, and I come in, because the value we bring to the justice conversation is this: we focus on what many have overlooked, the emotional reality of those impacted by violence and trauma. We are not lawyers, we are not policymakers. We are peacemakers, healers, innovators, and influencers, and that is our strength.
And I just wanted to confess that I could never do anything right without Tari, so thank you. You know, she's an amazing person, so thank you. And with this strength, we build bridges where once was wall. We create space for healing, for young people, for families, for a community who've been impacted by violence and injustice. But we don't build these bridges alone. Partners like our Day One Washington, our system partners who are here, many of them are here in this room, and especially the Alliance for Gun Responsibility. We all walk alongside each other. The Alliance gathered us, amplified our voice, and ensured that our collective work is recognized across our state. Their partnership with the Peacemaking Institute makes our work possible because dreams don't just become reality without resources. The Alliance invests in us. They supported us in accessing the resource that empower us to thrive within our strength. Whether that is building coalition, pushing policy, or centered the human experience in a system that is too often only see data. This is more than a paper partnership. It's built on integrity, on heart. It's a shared journey of joy, pain, and aspiration. And in this moment, we are called to fight forward, not in division, but in unity. To lead with empathy, to rebuild trust, and more importantly, to heal what has been broken. Real safety, real justice, real change, it will take all of us. Tari and I and the Peacemaking Institute show up every day and did our piece and our part. And today, I ask you to do your piece and your part. Give, and give boldly, because your support fueled a movement that inspired and empowered people, changed policy, and rippled through generations. This is the legacy we should all strive for. Let's fight forward, and let's do it together. Thank you so much.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fred Northup Jr., and I am honored to be back with you today to bear witness and join you as we all commit to fighting forward for a safer future that our communities deserve. This is my 11th time at this luncheon, and I know many of you have been wonderful partners in this work for many, many years. We have grown together, we have impacted more and more lives in our communities across our great state, and in the last few years across our nation. And today we've seen how urgent gun violence prevention is. We've seen how our progress is being threatened at the federal level. However, we know that our future is most effective through the Alliance's state-based model that empowers local communities and drives national impact. That's why we're here. It will take everyone in this room to dig deep to help today. Our work is critical. And remember, when you give, you are continuing the life-saving work that you heard about today. In fact, when you give in this room right now, you will fund much of the Alliance's work for the entire year. So our goal is to raise $1 million, and to get started, you have manila envelopes at your table. I ask if you have a table captain, or you can just designate yourself as the table captain if you don't have one. Please grab that manila envelope at the center of the table, and please pass the bid cards around so that we can get this work done. And we've got our talented photographer here. If everyone would you just hold up your bid card? We want to make sure everyone has found their bid cards. It should have your name on it. If everyone just hold those up proudly so we can make this work possible. Friends, our goal today is 100% participation. As we move along, I ask that you raise your bid card to donate at a level that is meaningful to you, a level that honors the critical work that you are making possible. And we're confident there's a level that works for everyone in this room, and we're grateful for each gift. Then, after you raise your bid card, please mark on your bid card what level you are giving and fill in the appropriate information. So we're going to start at a big number and work our way down. And again, thank you in advance for your generosity. So here we go. Our first giving level is $50,000. If you can join us at $50,000, please hold up a bid card proudly. And we're starting over here at $50,000. Thank you so much for your generosity. Number 782, joining us at $50,000. That's incredible. Anyone else here? I don't want to miss anyone. Yes, right here as well. Number 781, also joining us at $50,000. That's incredible. Thank you for your generosity and your leadership. Anyone else joining us at $50,000? Hold those cards proudly. How about another round of applause for our two lead supporters at $50,000? Our next level is $25,000. If you can join us at $25,000, please hold up that bid card proudly. And here we go, number 784. Thank you for saving lives with us at $25,000. Number 388, right up front. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your generosity. Over here, number 783. Thank you so much for your generosity. Up front at $25,000, number 308. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. Is there anyone else who would like to join us at $25,000? How about a round of applause for our many $25,000 supporters? Our next level is $10,000. Who can dig deep and join us at $10,000? Hold those cards up proudly. And if we can turn the lights down on the stage just a hair so I can see the house, that would be helpful. Thank you. Number 168, good to see you again. Thank you for your leadership. Number 813, thank you. Number 815, thank you. Number 787, thank you. Number 816, all of these generous supporters at $10,000. Number 788. Number 785, thank you. Continuing at $10,000, number 790, thank you. Number 786, thank you. Number 789, incredible. Number 701, also joining us, thank you. Number 166, thank you for your generosity. Number 351, thank you. Anyone else want to join us now at $10,000? This is a lot of people. I don't want to miss anyone. How about a big round of applause for our generous $10,000 supporters? A reminder that giving, it's a two-step process. So after I read your bid number, if you would please complete your bid card, we need to make sure your donation is fully processed, so make sure that happens as well. While you do that, we will continue with our generous $5,000 supporters. Who can join us now at $5,000? Hold your bid cards proudly, and here we go. Number 243, thank you for your generosity. Number 614, thank you. Number 527, number 742, number 653. Who else at $5,000? I'm looking around the room. How about a big round of applause for our $5,000 supporters? Thank you. Our next level is $2,500. Remember all of the work that you are making possible today. Here's how important this level is, for example. If 25 people donate $2,500, you will fund all of our partner support and coalition work, 100%. such as support for the amazing Peacemaking Institute, who we just heard from. So who can join us at $2,500, thinking about the impact that you're having on our communities? Here we go. Number 463, thank you. Number 344, thank you. Continuing now at $2,500, I'm coming across the room. Number 522, thank you. Number 690, thank you so much. Number 736, thank you. Who else at $2,500? Number 293, thank you. Number 294, thank you. Number 277 in the back, thank you for your generosity. Up front, number 550, joining us at $2,500. Is there anyone else who can dig deep and join us at $2,500? How about a big round of applause for our $2,500 supporters? Our next level is $1,000, and we are going to make it easy for you to dig deep and give meaningfully. Starting now, we have a $250,000 challenge match from Nick and Leslie Hanauer. So let's give them a round of applause for their continued generosity. Thank you. As you can see on the screen, your $1,000 becomes $2,000. You give $1,000, they will match you at $1,000. So who can join us now at $1,000, knowing you are being matched dollar for dollar? Your $1,000 becomes $2,000 with this generous challenge match. And here we go. Number 652, thank you for starting us off. Number 655. Number 268. Number 253, number 508, number 231, number 345, number 530, number 419, thank you, number 269, of course, thank you to everyone who has a bid card up, number 482, number 378, number 620, number 406, thank you. Number 458. Number 630. Number 133. Number 454. Number 744. Number 190, thank you. Number 567. Number 434. Number 421. Number 807. Number 422, number 595. Thank you, number 659, for your leadership and your generosity. Would anyone else like to keep the generosity going at $1,000? Remember, your $1,000 becomes $2,000 with the challenge match. Anyone else? How about a big round of applause for our many, many $1,000 supporters? Thank you. And again, after I read your bid number, please complete your bid card so we can fully process your donation. Now, we are going to continue at $500, just over $1 a day to save lives. And this is our final matching level. If you've already given, you might want to give again. Because at $500, you are now being matched 1-to-1. You can see on the screen, we're actually going to make it 2-to-1 right now. So we're going to make it $500. You're being matched by $1,000. Your $500 is now going to become $1,500. How about that? So if you'd like to donate $500, please do, knowing that you're being matched 2-to-1. Who can join me? Number 671. Thank you for your generosity. Again, your $500, they said, is going to be matched 2-to-1 now. Number 269. Number 419. Look at the sea of generosity. Number 248. Thank you. Number 678. Number 776. Number 195. Number 370. Number 147. Number 392. Number 447. Number 558. Number 142, number 309, number 750, number 426, number 548, number 404, number 445, number 486, number 400, number 594, number 354, number 333, number 271, number 478, number 148, number 265, number 118, number 238, number 605. I love that we're still going. Number 329, number 347, number 155, number 563, number 727, number 695, number 157, number 684, thank you, number 364, number 589, number 321, thank you, number 311, number 506, number 602, number 116, number 561, thank you both, number 214, number 604, number 185, number 499, number 320, number 705, number 473, number 389, thank you, boss, number 543, number 495, number 451, number 310, number 638, number 575, number 144, number 453, number 278. Anyone else want to join us at $500? I will join us at $500. Anyone else want to join us at $500? How about a big round of applause for our $500 supporters? I have to say, we are so overwhelmed by all of the generosity and all of the support. So thank you to everyone who has already given. Thank you to everyone who is going to continue to give. Our goal, again, is 100% participation. We just hope that everyone is giving at a level that is meaningful to you. And we know that's going to be different for every person in this room. So whether you're giving 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, we're so grateful. So let's keep it going. Just as an FYI, we spend about $85 per person to put on this luncheon. So you can think about that as you consider what to contribute. Our next level is $250. Think about the work that you make possible and see if you can join us now at $250. Hold up your bid cards at $250. Again, every donation is important. It all adds up to a big number. Number 301, thank you for your leadership. Number 494, thank you so much. Number 356, so great to thank you. They're so great to see you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Number 654. Number 485. Number 291, thank you. Number 663, thank you. Number 391. Number 233. Number 225. Number 350. Number 307. Number 140. Thank you all. Number 532. Number 699. Number 215. Number 304. Number 647. Number 700. Number 615. Number 639. Number 507. Number 517. Number 418. Number 698, thank you. Number 136, number 332, number 318, number 675, number 596. Thank you to everyone with the bid card for your leadership, your generosity. We keep it going here with number 348, number 440, number 441, number 571, number 207, number 232, number 201, number 722, number 612, thank you, number 661, number 102, number 470, number 565, thank you, number 431, number 586, thank you so much. Number 607, good to see you. Number 390, number 752, number 192, number 551, number 718, number 327, number 511, number 757, number 290, number 692, number 433, number 570. I can tell we're marching towards 100% participation. Number 374, number 484, number 778, number 664, number 531, number 574, number 738, number 132, number 412, number 538, number 394, number 377, number 375, number 230. And a reminder, after I read your bid number, make sure you fill out your bid card. Number 801, number 553, number 135, number 343. Thank you. Number 386. Number 777, good to see you. Number 146, number 341, number 644, number 339. I like that you've got 2 bid cards. That's extra generous. Number 526, number 732, number 126, number 581, number 755, number 643, number 534, number 106. If your hand is still up, you've already worked off the calories from that dessert. Number 686, number 560, number 770, number 254, number 591. Anyone else want to join our generous $250 supporters? How about a big round of applause for our $250 supporters? Absolutely incredible. Thank you for your generosity. $100 is our last level. Of course, again, our goal is 100% participation. Our grassroots donors are the backbone of our work. So every single donation you're making today at every level honors this life-saving work, honors those who have lost a loved one. Thank you for joining us to save lives. If you have not yet raised your bid card, please raise it now to donate $100. Hold it up proudly. Hold up that $100. Every donation, again, is helpful. Every donation brings us closer to our $1 million goal. Look at all these bid cards. Now, I'm looking at my watch. I need to keep us on schedule. So let's, in fact, just give a big round of applause to everyone who just pledged $100. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you to all of our $100 supporters. Everyone in this room, please take a moment again to fill out those bid cards, or if you're fancy, use the QR code to finalize your donation. Again, in order to process your donation, we need your address and other details that are on the card. Friends, my name is Fred Northup Jr. It's been an honor to be with you. I have to go fill out my donation card, so thank you again. Give yourselves a round of applause for your generosity. Thank you.
Thank you all for your generosity and for your patience. It is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Greg Jackson has an impressive career fighting battles in DC and around the country, whether they're on behalf of the White House or against the White House. Greg Jackson is no stranger to the frontline battle to save lives. Greg is a former Deputy Director of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention and Special Assistant to President Joe Biden. In his role at the, yeah, that deserves applause. In his role at the White House, Greg oversaw the execution of 54 executive actions, the implementation of the first federal law on gun violence in 30 years, and secured $242 billion in federal resources to address gun violence, resulting in the steepest declines in homicide in U.S. history for 2 consecutive years. So please join me in welcoming the Alliance friend, my friend, Greg Jackson.
I was really nervous, but y'all already raised all the money, so we did it. Best speech ever. Congratulations. Because when the auctioneer went up, I said, whew, okay, good. It's not on me. But thank you all so much for having me. It's so amazing to be here. I've been to Seattle quite a few times, but it's almost always been about this issue. And it's been because there's so many amazing leaders here continuing to organize and lead the country on this issue. And it means a lot. It really does. For folks who don't know me, gun violence prevention work is something I didn't choose out of ambition or off of some crazy Indeed website. For me, I joined this movement by circumstance. In April 2013, April 21st, when me and my cousins were walking home from a party, we saw two guys get into an argument. We thought, okay, none of our business, we'll walk around them. But that argument exploded into gunfire, and one of the bullets hit me and hit two arteries. And it went from being one of the best nights of my life to one of the worst nights of my life. And I'll never forget that feeling of just being on the pavement and fighting for consciousness and just wondering, like, is this it? Will I never have the chance to raise a family or get married or even accomplish a sliver of my dreams? Because I was much younger then, much slimmer too, actually. But I heard a little whisper that the fight's not over. Just hang in there. And so the ambulance came. They rushed me to the hospital. I thought finally I'll get some help. And when I arrived at the hospital, I was met with investigators instead of doctors and surgeons. And I remember being wheeled into a side room and questioned about my whereabouts and why was I there, where was my gun. And I found myself fighting for my life and my innocence at the same time. And that's where it hit me really hard that because of how I look, I was the suspect first and a person second. And for too long, the issue of gun violence, we've looked at it simply as a crime to solve and not a crisis to prevent. But this has now become, I think, like so many of you know, the leading cause of death for youth in America. Over 140,000 individuals are shot or injured. It's the leading cause of death for black men in America. It's also the leading cause of newly disabled Americans now, and has recently become the leading cause of death for pregnant women in America, ahead of childbirth complications. And these are stats that are terrifying, but I think like so many, these are real people in our lives. For me, after I was shot, I worked locally to help communities and neighborhoods impacted by violence. And I'll never forget hugging the mother of Micaiah Wilson. She was 5 years old, and she was shot while with $5 in her hand trying to buy ice cream in her neighborhood. Karan Brown, who was on the flag football team that I helped with, was shot and killed at a McDonald's just arguing over a water bottle. And then lastly, the one that hit closest with me was DeMarcos Pinckney, who was my mentee. And when I became to advocate in Washington, he stood with me on Capitol Hill. He pushed for some of these bills that we just applauded to buy. But at the age of 16, he was shot in his front porch with his cousins over a YouTube video that one of his friends posted. And so, like so many of you, we know that pain and loss is what's driven us to this fight. And while for me, I was fired up to give Congress hell, I was surprised to know in my first few days of advocacy that there were so many other soldiers in this fight. And I met folks from Washington, from Maine. I see my people in Maine. Y'all still over there, right? They ain't leave yet? Yeah, okay, good. Michigan and all over the country. And I want to give you all a round of applause for your activism. So thank you. Now here's the fun part. So we talked about the historic declines in homicides. In fact, we actually reduced homicides by 31% in the last 3 years. 31%, that's crazy. And that didn't come easy. It came because of so many historic changes that so many people in this room were a part of. So if I have a little bit of time, can I list a few of them all for you? Is that cool? In the back, that's all right? Okay, good. Okay, wait, thumbs up. Okay, so what's 782 that donated 50,000? Is that good with you? Okay. Well, whatever they say goes. I'll say whatever you want to say. Okay. But during those 3 years, we were the first administration to name gun violence a public health crisis. We passed the first law in 30 years, the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act. We created the first national suicide prevention strategy focused on firearms. We created the first national mass violence resource center, the first ever extreme risk protection order resource center, the first ever community violence initiative and prevention initiative in the Department of Justice. We created the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline that over 11 million Americans have used. It's an amazing one. Funny story, I was at an event in, in Delaware? Arizona. And I said that, and this guy was like, yeah, I know. And he had a tattoo, a 988 on his arm. I said, man, that's quick. It's only been out for 2 years, but big deal. We created the first ever FEMA-style gun violence emergency response system with over 10 agencies, 100 staff, and $17 billion in resources to respond to mass shootings. So a big deal there. We launched the first ever Community Violence Awareness Week, the first ever federal guide on secure storage, the first ever gun trafficking analysis in 20 years. And if anybody listens to rap music, we did it in 4 volumes, so it's like a mixtape. You know, you can go through all 4 of them. Amazing work. We made gun trafficking a federal offense for the first time, actually prosecuted over 600 individuals. We released we released the first ever Surgeon General advisory naming gun violence as a public health crisis, which was a big one. Shut down over 420 rogue gun dealers. Shut down over 350 websites that were illegally selling firearms and ghost guns. Oh my gosh, I get a 2-minute warning. My list's still going though. But let me tighten it up there. One more major thing. We shut down the largest manufacturer of ghost guns. And for folks who don't know how big a deal that is, nearly 1/3 of the homicides in Chicago were connected to ghost guns. So shutting down that largest manufacturer was huge. And we strengthened domestic violence prevention laws and actually put over $450 million into resources to prevent acts of domestic violence. So a great deal of work. And that came from a White House that pushed 54 executive actions, invested over $242 billion, but didn't do it alone. We knew that states across the country working hard, and literally in 2024, we saw 31 states pass life-saving bills, just like you all that passed the permit to purchase bill, so give yourselves a round of applause. But all of that built into how we saved so many lives. And you'll hear the media say, well, the big cities got it wrong and they're struggling. Well, even cities with over 1 million residents last year saw an average of 40% reduction. So we're seeing the steepest inclines in cities, in blue cities, where they have the resources, they have the commitments, and they also have the state laws in support of them. But we're in a moment now where so much of that is under attack. And I think you all are well aware, but I just want to highlight a few major things. Within 24 hours, our office was shut down, so I was probably the first person that was dozed. Congratulations. I don't like Elon anyway, so it's cool. Right, clap to that, you know. But we know that they've taken efforts to dismantle the Department of Education. They're restructuring the Department of Justice. They cut $881 million from the Department of Justice focused on violence prevention, $400 million from AmeriCorps, $1 billion just last week to actually terminate youth mental health resources going to schools to prevent violence. So we're seeing the steepest attacks ever on the resources as well as the policies to prevent violence. But what Elon doesn't know and what Trump doesn't know is that the White House was never a destination for us. It was a vehicle. We knew that the White House never had the prescription of how we address violence. We just had a playbook that people from across the country built. And you all are a huge part of that. Everyone in this room, this alliance is a vehicle. Your ideas, your 60 bills, your 60 laws, those are the playbook. And we know that if they're not willing to fight in Washington, D.C. for us, well, Seattle, Washington, damn sure will. Am I wrong? And I'm getting all the timers over here, but I'm so proud to be in a room with so many fighters, so proud to be amongst leaders who are leading the way, not just for Washington, not just for Seattle, but for the entire country. And I know that in these very challenging times, this is not the time to let up. This is the time to fight harder, to be bolder, like the Attorney General 15 lawsuits? Let's make them 50, you know? Keep it up. But we got to fight as hard as possible. And so I want to do a quick exercise for you all. If you know me, you've done it before. Please raise your hands as high as you can. All right, that's good. 782, you doing it? Okay. All right. Now raise a little bit higher. And that's proof that no matter how hard you're fighting, you can fight a little bit harder. So when I say fight, I want you to say forward. Fight, fight, fight. 782, fight. Awesome. Thank you all so much.
Please welcome to the stage Alliance for Gun Responsibility's Development Director, Tremaine Edwards.
Thank you. I'm an only child, so I can't handle too much applause and praise. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. I realize that I am the last person before we close, so I will keep this brief, which, if you know anything about me, is not normal. So, before we close again, I want to thank you all so much for being here today with us, each and every one of you joining our Alliance for Gun Responsibility Luncheon. Your participation here is the continued reflection of your commitment to us for a safer, more just future for all Washingtonians, and for that we are so grateful. I am also so grateful for our amazing keynote speaker. Can we give it up once again for Mr. Greg Jackson? Can we also give it up for all of our amazing speakers on stage and on screen today? Can we give it a rousing applause as well for our crew and our staff that all helped make this event so possible for us? And so as we reflect on everything we've heard today, I want to remind us all of this, and that is that this work doesn't end when this luncheon does. Fighting forward just wasn't a theme, but it's also our daily action. It's our call to action. And it's the promise that we make to our communities, it's the promise that we make to our children, and it's also the promise that we make to ourselves, and that is that we will not stop until every life is safe from gun violence. And before we go, I have one last surprise that only 5 people in this room know about. It's a very special surprise, and so I'm going to have someone join me on this stage by the name of Stephanie Irvin. Can we give it up for her as well? I'm so excited because I just looked at our CEO and she said, I don't know. Makes it more fun.
Okay, Renee hates acknowledgement as much as I hate public speaking. So hi, my name is Stephanie Irvin, and I've worked with the Alliance since 2013. In 2015, I helped guide our search for a leader, and we found a unicorn in Renee Hopkins. Come on up. This year, we want to honor Renee for her 10 years of leadership. 10 years. Renee has led our work from a single initiative campaign to a movement-leading organization. She's a leader whose work has done more than inspire. It has saved lives, not in theory or in abstract terms, but in the most real and human way possible. In times when fear could have paralyzed, you chose action. I can't look at you. When the path was unclear, you led with vision. And when the stakes were highest and most painful, you never flinched or looked away. You lead with humility and humor. You lead with compassion and joy. You lead with a resilience that only those who have suffered greatly can summon. We may never fully know the number of lives you've saved, but we do know this. Because of you, there are families across our state and nation who were spared unbearable loss. Because of you, futures are still being written. Myself and many others in this room have also benefited from your personal mentorship. I'm a better employee, certainly, but also a better mother and a better person by your example and faith in me. So on behalf of the many who have been helped through your strength and service, we thank you.
Let's give it up for 10 years of Renee Hopkins. I will pay for that later. So you all make sure you watch me walk out of this door. Truly, thank you all so much for being here. I wish you all a great day, an impactful day, and let's continue to fight forward. Thank you.